NFC East, no surprises. Dallas is going to win. Is Dallas good enough to be a 12-win team? Well, when you get the Commanders and Giants 4 times a year, you are. Eagles, from in the playoffs to out of the playoffs due to tiebreakers. That's the other thing. I'm calculating tiebreakers of make-believe games by hand. This is the life I've chosen. NFC North. Here we go. Packers win it again. Oh, is that a frisky Bears team? It is. Who believes in Justin Fields? The man wearing a tie given to him by Justin Fields. That's not true, but you believed it for a moment. Vikings sneak in due to that make-believe tiebreaker over the Eagles. The Lions, 6 wins. You know what? Aiden Hutchinson, I believe in you. Dan Campbell, let's have some kneecaps together. 6 wins. That's something in Detroit. All right, NFC South. Just one team. One team that's relevant here. It's the Bucs. Again, the Saints, it was a 3-way tiebreaker. That's why they're out. The Bucs, though, 10-win Bucs. A nice 10 wins. It's comfortable to win the division, but no dominant team. Falcons and Panthers are travesties. And then the real meat of the conference, the NFC West. However, due to how tough the conference is, the division is, the Cardinals, you're out. Meanwhile, Rams and Niners, both 14-3. 2 dominant teams. Rams, no Super Bowl hangover. The Niners upgraded at quarterback, and they still have Jimmy Garoppolo as an insurance policy, would appear. The Cardinals, the DeAndre Hopkins suspension, plus the drama with Kyler Murray, plus a tough end-of-season schedule, plus the fact that they employ Cliff Kingsbury. They're an 8-win team, and then Seahawks. Just starting Drew Lock. Give me a break. Try to be a serious franchise, Seattle. Okay, Brew, there it is. Listen, I might get 1 or 2 games wrong of the 272. But in general, the schedules, the exact standings are going to be accurate. What's your take?
Nick, you put so much hard work into this. I hate to mess it up. I hate to bring correction, but I must. You think way too highly of the Bears and the Niners. All right? Trey Lance and Justin Fields, they're going to be that good? Okay, we'll see. They may in the future, but right away, we'll see. All right, but my biggest beef with what you said was Tampa Bay. At least you had the Buccaneers in the playoffs. And I understand that Tom Brady at 45 years old is going to fall off at some point, but it ain't going to be this point. All right, 10-7. Nick, do you know the last time Tom Brady lost 7 regular season games? It was 2002.
That's a little unfair. Yeah, 2002.
You were
the year after they won the Super Bowl.
You were applying to go to college at Syracuse University.
Early acceptance.
You were reading my stories about the New York Knicks and the New York Times when that happened. And by the way, that's the only time he's ever lost 7 games in a season. Now you want to say, oh, they didn't play 17. Okay, 2 other times he won 10. That's it. Otherwise, he's always 11 or more wins. He's going to be motivated after coming out of retirement. Yeah, I said it. And then the team is going to be more motivated because of last year's failure. And I actually think the presence of Todd Bowles is going to light a fire under these guys as well. Most of the offense is back. Chris Godwin will be back early in the season. Nick, maybe I was a tad ambitious when I said they'd be 13-4. I probably was. But 12-5, 11-6 at worst. 10-7, no way. That's way too low. That's too low.
Okay.
Too low.
So I don't know if we have the ability to show the Bucs' full schedule, but here's the problem for Tampa. 3 of their first 4 games are brutal. Their first 4 games are at Dallas, at New Orleans, home for Green Bay, home for Kansas City. It's very possible that they go 1-3 to start the season. And then after that, they have 8 very difficult games. So these are the 8 games they have after that. At Pittsburgh, home for Baltimore. This isn't in order. They're at Pittsburgh, home for Baltimore, home for the Rams, at Cleveland, home for New Orleans, at San Francisco, home for Cincy, at Arizona. That's 8 games. You don't think it's possible they start 1-3 and they go 4-4 in that overall in those 8 games? That's 7 losses. They don't have Antonio Brown. They don't have Gronk at the moment. Brady is getting older. We'll see how Godwin looks when he comes back. It's a tough schedule, man.
Coach.
And by the way, They lost Bruce Arians. It's Todd Bowles head coach. Whole thing, I think they're going to make the playoffs, and they'll beat up on the Falcons and Panthers. But I don't look at them as a juggernaut. Far from it. Something in my eye. Go ahead, Lance.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what's coming in your eye. A great take. All right, here's the thing. Jenna, in the offseason, I take these two thumbs and I go around and I put them on the pulse of every NFL team. And I check out every team, see how they're doing. And every once in a while, I hear a very strong heartbeat. I say, oh my goodness, what is coming out of New Orleans right now? A lot of good news. And I don't think anyone's paying attention to it. The first thing that caught my eye, this Cam Jordan tweet. I said, what the heck? If Cam Jordan, friend of the show, feels that good about the Saints, then I will too. Saints, Arizona bound, February 2023. I'm going to say it now. Look, hot take, sure. But he's also a guy who's quietly confident and might see something in the roster that we don't. Because right now, the Saints roster is being defined about who they don't have. Oh, the Saints without Sean Payton. Okay, what about a Saints with quiet dark horse MVP candidate last year, Broussard? Jameis coming back, saying the right things. Tyrann Mathieu back. Good draft picks now in the lineup. Jarvis Landry there. And Michael Thomas back. Then finally, oh my goodness gracious, from the top rope. Am I supposed to take this seriously? Am I supposed to take this as a joke? Am I supposed to take it as just interesting talk show fodder? Despite speculation from media about my future this fall, I'm currently undecided. You know, it might work for NBC. I might play football again. Hello, sound the alarms. May focus on business and philanthropy. May train for pickleball tour. On the board. Senior golf tour. He's saying he might come back. So look, I'm just saying everyone's sleeping on the Saints except me and Cam Jordan. So Saints looking good. Take the over on the Saints win total.
Let me be very clear here, and I think Brew, even with his commitment to take integrity, will acknowledge if this is subject to change if a quarterback suffers a major injury or, for example, if a quarterback were to unretire. So to be very clear, if Drew Brees were to come back and play for the Saints, I would have them as 6 wins instead of 8 wins. Did you see Drew Brees the last time he actually played football? He was terrible.
His arm was hot.
I do think he's done, Wow. He's done.
He had the 3rd strongest arm on his own team in the quarterback room, and one of the other guys is Taysom, who's a fullback. So, no, like the idea of, what if the Saints play the Drew Brees card? Unless the stuff that regenerated his hair also regenerated his shoulder, he's cooked, buddy. I'm not worried about old Drew Brees coming back and making me wrong. Here's the problem, and I love Cam Jordan. I really do love Cam Jordan. The Saints are going to 12 games this year with the worst of the 2 quarterbacks, and 17 games this year with the worst of the 2 coaches. Dennis Allen, I'm sorry, buddy. Seemed like a nice guy. You also seemed like you also took the NFL head coach blood oath to never acknowledge that you'd even consider being on social media. It's a weird thing all football coaches have. I'm not on the old tickety-tock and the old book face. I don't know what all that stuff is, but I was told by someone via carrier pigeon what you guys are talking about on the World Wide Webs. But here's the thing. I'm old enough to remember Dennis Allen being the head coach of a football team. And they went 4-12, and then they went 4-12, and then they went 0-4, and he got fired. So, like, the idea that the Saints are going to lose Sean Payton, and all of a sudden, and one other, you know, my only real question about the Saints, does Michael Thomas still play football? What is happening with him?
Yes.
The poor guy, I feel badly for him.
He's playing great.
He suffered the worst ankle injury. Michael Thomas's ankle and James Harden's hamstring are the 2 worst injuries maybe in sports history. And so, no.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.